What's up, guys? This is Mr. Former here, and I just want to give a shout out to the MGTOWs out there and to the MGTOWs around the world. And I want to give a big shout out to the former force and everybody who's stuck around. But something interesting happened, and I just want to talk about this a little bit. But a young man came into the restaurant. He wasn't a customer. He was actually one of the service guys cleaning the hood, like over the grease traps. And we got to talking. I mean, he's come here quite often, and we got to talking. And he was telling me he's finna get married, and that I said, "Oh, that's great. That's wonderful, man. I'm glad and happy for you." And he says, "Yeah, my fiance told me that if the ring, if I don't get her a ring that's $10,000 and up, that I can forget it and all this other craziness, right?" I looked him and he looked at me. After he said that, he looked at me, and I looked him straight in the eye and I said, "Bro, do yourself a favor and break up with her right now. Break up with her." And he looked at me like his eyes widened up, and he was like, "What?" I'm like, "Bro, break up with her right now because look at how she's starting your marriage off. Look at how she's starting off your relationship. She's already putting a money value on everything. If you don't pay this, this is not going to happen. Like she's some sort of a mobster. Like she's, you know, like she's a mobster or something. Like, give me the money or else. You don't see that, bro?" And he was looking at me. I'm like, "She's already out for just your resources, man. You need to really take her to, sit back and look at your relationship and think, does she really care about me like this, or is she just out here for what I can do for her?" You know what I'm saying? I asked him, I said, what do you think she would do if you lost your job? Hmm? Or one of your jobs, because he told me he's working two jobs. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is a young man. He's like 29 years old. Okay? He's 29 years old. And he's working two jobs for this woman. Okay? And I asked him, what do you think would happen if you lost your job, bro? Or one of them? And he was like, "I don't know." I said, "Let me tell you what's going to happen. She's going to start fighting with you. Okay? She's going to start bullshit with you. Okay? She is definitely going to cheat on you. Okay? And she's going to monkey branch to somebody else." And he's like, "Monkey branch? What is that?" And I had to explain to him what monkey branching was. That, you know, they'll stay with you and fuck around on you until they find somebody better, and then that's when they'll leave. But before they monkey branch to somebody else, they're gonna start fights and start all this bullshit with you. And he had no idea. You know. Now, in real life, I don't go around telling everybody, "Hey, look I'm Mr. Former. I'm on YouTube. MGTOW this and MGTOW that." I don't do none of that shit. What I do is, if people talk to me and they ask me something, I give them the straight up and down red pill answer, and I open their eyes to the shit. But if they get more and more, if they keep coming after me and keep coming after me, getting more and more advice, that's when I direct them to MGTOW. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't recruit and we're not out here spreading hate. Okay, we're just opening people's eyes to the truth. Okay, and what I do is I tell people the truth, and when they realize it for themselves and then they come back to me, that's when I direct them to maybe, you know, men going their own way. MGTOW, the philosophy might be something for you. Now, this young man was he was blown away by the things I was telling him, and he was like, left and right. Wow, you're right. Wow, you're right. I never thought of it that. I never thought of it that way. Never thought of it that way. And I'm like, yeah, man. This is what it is. You know, this is exactly what it is. And he told me some other instances of his ex-girlfriend and the girlfriend before that and the girlfriend before that. And I said to him, bro, you don't see a common occurring trend going on here? Huh? And he says, "Oh, well, I thought it was just me. I thought I had to work on myself and, maybe I need to be better, so that way women won't leave me and this and that." I said, "No, no, no, it's not that. It should just keep monkey branching on you. Because either you fall on hard times, you lost your job, or like you told me, you got locked up or whatever, something happens. And then they find somebody else that doesn't have those issues because they're not going to be there for you through thick and thin. You know what I'm saying? It's just something nice to say. Like, you know how when somebody sneezes and you say God bless you, you know what I'm saying? That's the same thing. That's the same equivalent to a woman saying, I'm gonna be there for you. It's just like saying, oh, God bless you when somebody sneezes. It's just a reflex. You don't really mean nothing by it. You know, it just sounds nice. Or like if you burp and you say excuse me, you know, it's just polite to say excuse me if you burp. Just like it's polite to say to your boyfriend or your husband or whatever, you know, women feel it's just polite to say, "Oh, I'll be there for you." Or you know, I love you forever to the end. You know, I'll never leave you. It's just a reflex. It's like, "Achoo." Excuse me. It's the same thing. And I had to explain that to him. And he was laughing, you know, he was laughing. He really got a kick out of it. And I told him, man, I said, look, you don't know me like that. I don't know you like that, bro. But you know what I'm saying? I got no reason to lie to you. And I told him step by step by step the things that are going to happen, the things that are going to take place, and the things that could take place, and the things that have taken place in his past relationships. And he was just blown away. He was like, yo, you're like some sort of a psychic. You know, you're like you know, like a magician, like a psychic, man. How can you look into my life and tell me everything like this? And you're actual factual. And I told him, I said, because I've been through it. I mean, we're all going through it. Every man on this planet, we all been through it, and we're going through it. You know what I'm saying? And I have the experience, so that's why I can sit here and tell you, my young brother, what's gonna happen before it happens, because I've already seen it. I've already been through it. You know, and I've opted out because I no longer want to keep going through the same ridiculous cycle over and over and over again. And now it's been about, it was a week, and then he actually came by to my place of business uh, one night. He wasn't, you know, he wasn't working. He came here on his own accord, and he says, "Hey, man, you know, I want to. You got some time, man? You think I could talk to you for a minute, man?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, man." I said, "You want something to eat, man?" So, you know, I made him something to eat, and you know, we sat down and I talked with him, and his eyes were like, all of a sudden, his eyes just started getting all red, like pinkish, like he had been smoking or drinking. You know what I mean? And I'm like, "Bro, you alright?" And he's like, "Yo, man, everything that you said, man, was the fucking truth, man." I'm like, "What you mean?" I told her that I can't, you know, I'm not buying no expensive rings like this, and I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get you something nice that's affordable that I could do. And she started fighting with me and going crazy with me. And the next thing I know, I'm finding phone numbers in her, finding numbers in her phone. You know what I'm saying? She's going into the bathroom to talk on the phone. I done found pictures and all kinds of shit. I said, "Oh, see what I'm saying? I told you. See what I'm saying?" I said, "So what's your next move?" He's like, "I don't know, bro. I don't know what to do, man, you know? Because, you know, I have a kid with her, this and that, blah, blah, blah." I said, "Let me explain something, man. Just make sure you have a separate relationship with your child and her, okay? Now, you already messed up." He said, "What do you mean?" I said, "You already have a kid with her, so you are definitely going to pay child support. But don't look at it as a punishment. Look at it as you're going to be paying for your freedom from now on. From now on, once a week, there's a percentage of money coming out of your check, and that is the price of freedom. Okay? But still continue to be in your child's life, man. But just don't look at it as a punishment. Just look at that's the price of your freedom. Because it could have gotten a whole lot worse. Now it's up to you. Do you want to stay in this relationship? Or do you want to cut your ties, leave her alone, and maybe find somebody else that's gonna help you? But I don't suggest that. But you need to do what you need to do for you, man. And he was just like, yo, man, he gave me a handshake, ate his food, and, you know, he said that he really appreciates the talk and that if he has another issue, he's going to come back and talk with me. And he was just overwhelmed and so thankful for the information that I gave him. And so what I did was I said, listen, If you can't always get a hold of me and come down here, because I know you're busy in your schedule, I'm going to let you in on something. He said, what? I said, my name is Mr. Former, okay? And I'm a man going my own way, okay? And if you need any more information, check me out on YouTube. Join the Former Force, and I'll always be there for you, bro. This has been Mr. Former, and this is just a quick story about what happened the other week. Real life instance of saving men's lives, one man at a time. You guys have a good day.